What is up, guys? Christian Professional Dad, and I'm back with another knife video. And today I've got a video that I am going to do. I'm going to share some information with you guys because I got a knife from Amazon. And to be perfectly honest, I was a little naive. I should have saw it a mile away, but I was a little naive. And on the live stream this past Tuesday, some people just asked one simple question, and as soon as they did, I was like, oh, why did I not think of that? Why did I, So what I wanted to do was do this real quick video on a knife that I got from Amazon to show everyone that are buying knives that you have to be careful with what you're getting. Now, I recently done a video about replicas and clones and stuff like that, and that's a completely different topic. A lot of times we buy things and we think we're getting one thing, but we're really getting another. But today's topic is about knives that are being sold as something they're not, meaning they might say that they have titanium when really they are just stainless, but you can't tell that in the picture. Or they might say, like this one does, well, here, let's just go ahead and get to it. I bought a knife off of Amazon for $30. And this is, to be perfectly honest, a really cool little knife. It's a really nice knife. I really like this thing a lot. It would be a great knife, a great EDC knife. But I paid $27.99. Now that's 48% off. It was on sale with 48% off. It was normally $60. But it is sold as having S90V. S90V. And I completely did not even consider the fact that it might not actually be S90V. I just thought it would be a really poor version of S90V, a bad heat treat, something like that. But in the live stream, everybody was like, hey, you know, that might not actually be S90V. They're probably just marketing it as S90V. I doubt that that is S90V. And it immediately hit me. I was like, oh, yeah, why did I not even think of that? I guess my mind just doesn't work that way. I don't really try to be devious. I mean, I guess I can be like anybody else under the right circumstances. But I just, you know, I don't know. I just never would have thought that somebody would actually be marking a knife with S90V. If it's not S90V, why would somebody do that? But then again, people do try to make money off of different things. So I wanted to do this so that all of you out there who are buying knives from Amazon because you are looking for budget knives or just really good deals, you're trying to grow a collection, you're wanting to experience different brands or different blade steels or different handle materials for the first time. You want a knife in your collection finally that has titanium because you see that and that's so cool, and you just want a titanium knife really, really bad. Or you want a knife with the premium steel really, really bad, and you've been trying to get one. You can't afford it. And here they are on Amazon. You found one. It's a really good deal. You can afford it. You get it. And sometimes ignorance is bliss. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, and there are times where you just don't need to know the difference. If you're somebody that it's just you, and I mean, it's never okay to buy something and not be what you're buying. But if you are in a situation where you're not really in the knife community and you're not keeping up with other people in the knife community, you're not showing your knife off, it's just for you personally, oh well. If you think it's S90V and it's not, but you never know the difference, oh well, it is what it is. Go ahead and it's like your kids. You know, when my kids think that they've got something and I know that it's not what they think it is, I'm not going to shoot them down and deflate them. I'm going to let them, you know, feel good about themselves, or they talk about their Pokemon cards and they'll be like, oh, Dad, this card is worth $100. Now, I know that card ain't worth no $100, but am I really going to tell them that and get them all disheartened and stuff? No. If it came down to it and I needed to tell them the truth, I definitely would, because I want them to be able to handle certain things in life. But at the same time, there's a time and a place for that. So with that being said, let's let's talk about this knife, because this is actually a really, really cool little knife. I like this knife a lot. And it is definitely worth $30. I don't care what the blade steel is. This is a $30 knife all day long. Actually, if it was a different brand, a name brand, this would probably be a $60 or $70 knife. But because it's an off-brand, Viore, I don't know how to say that. I say it all the time. I went to school in Kentucky. I can't spell. I can't read. Don't quote me on anything. It is what it is. This is a really nice knife for what it is, for a $30 knife. It's got aluminum handles that are textured, milled, I guess, or whatever you want to say. It's got a pocket clip that's not deep carry, but it does look like it. No, it's not reversible. It's got steel liners. It's a liner lock. It is on bearings. So it's got snappy action. It's got a beautiful blade, a really nice drop point, a good flat grind. It's razor blade sharp right out of the box. Let me tell you, it is razor blade sharp. It's got a cool look to the grind, to the blade. Now it's a little dirty. I've been messing with it the last 2 days, so you have to overlook that. The ergonomics on this aren't perfect, but there's a lot of straight lines, and they've kind of contoured them a little bit and stuff. You got you a nice aluminum back spacer there. Fit and finish is not great. You've got some weak points on the fit and finish, like you've got little gaps here in between the liners, steel liners, and the spacer. Little things like that. But you have to be looking for them to find them. This, all in all, is a really, really nice knife. This is a knife that I think is just as good as any of the other knives that I have back here that are in that $30, $40 price range. Just as nice. The issue is this right here. You see that, what it says right there? S90V. Now, is it S90V? I doubt it very, very, very seriously. I doubt you're getting S90V for $30 off of Amazon. Now, that being said, I know that they can get a lot of stuff out of China for really good prices, so it wouldn't put it past me either way, or I wouldn't put it past them either way, I should say, that you might be getting a very, very low grade version of S90V. But here's the deal, and then I'm going to tell you the stats on this. Here's the deal, and this is what I really want to stress and emphasize with this knife and with this S90V. Let's say 5CR. Really, it's 5CR. Let's say that it is. I say it all the time. This knife at $30, regardless of what the blade steel is going to be fine for the average person's EDC carry. You're going to cut whatever you want to cut. It's going to do just fine. It's got a sharp piercing tip. It's slicey. You're going to be able to do the things you want to do. It's going to cut just like any other blade steel will cut. So because it's not S90V does not mean that you shouldn't buy this knife. Now, should you not buy this knife because the company is fraudulently trying to rip people off and saying it's one thing when it's really not? That is a topic that I'm okay with. You know, don't buy their, boycott them or whatever. I don't call for boycotts. That's not who I am. But if somebody wants to boycott this and not buy it just because of the markings and the false advertising, go for it. But I'm telling you right now, regardless of what this blade steel is, this would be a good blade steel for normal EDC. The average person would never know the difference anyways. The average person don't have micrometers and like gauges that test what blade steel it is and the heat treat and all this other stuff. And I don't. The average person would never know, would never care, and don't. You even try to talk to them and they look at you like you got holes in the back of your head. Like, what are you talking about, man? Testing the heat treat. Come on, man. It's just a knife. Use it, cut with it. When it gets dull, sharpen the blade. It's that simple. It's not that big of a deal. Now, a lot of us in the knife community, that's not how we are. We are a lot more passionate about it, and we do care. I'm just talking from the average person's perspective. So from that person's perspective, this knife right here would be a great knife, a fine knife. It will be a good knife. And I'm telling you right now, to everybody watching this, take the S90V away. This is a really nice $30 knife. I would buy this knife again and again. I would give these away as gifts. Like I said, the fit and finish ain't the best. It's dirty, but the fit and finish ain't the best. You can see the gaps here and stuff like that. But it feels nice. Aluminum. It's got good weight. The blade looks cool. It's a razor blade sharp, and it's a $30 knife. What do you expect? So let's talk about some stats on this really quick. But the biggest takeaway is this. Remember, when you're buying on Amazon or any of these sites, just because it says it has one thing, don't believe it unless you test the seller's reputation, you test or you look at their buyers' remarks and feedback and surveys. Look at all that. Research it. Go onto Google, type in the name of the brand, and ask Google a question. Does this brand really offer S90V? And it will pull up all the results of people who have bought this knife, thought they got an S90V knife, and what they found out, and if it was up to par. Or if, actually, everything I saw on Google, people really, really like this knife. Really, really like it. People think it's great, but that's the average person out there that's using knives, not the die-hard passionate knife collectors. All right, so this is a tactical folding knife. It's also great for outdoors, for camping, survival, and everyday carry. It's a really, like I said, just a really good little knife. Now I can't pronounce the name of the company. I tried a while ago. I did really bad. Now they call this ultra light and high impact. It has an 8.5 inch overall length and has a 3.78 inch blade. The weight on this, let me see. Handle material is aluminum alloy. Why would you do that on the weight? That just doesn't make any sense. Razor sharp cutting power, blah, blah, blah. Built to last blade, S90V steel. Boy, they're really driving that S90V steel home. Let me tell you, let me weigh this thing because it says 0.26 pounds. So that I don't. 4.5 ounces. So is what this weighs. I have this so I can ship packages. And so I can make money off my Colombian business. I'm just playing. So I can ship packages. But yeah, 4.4 ounces. So it's got a good weight. It's a nice knife, a great blade. It's sharp. I like it. It's a liner lock. It's got good action. It's got a really nice flipper tab there that's jimped. So good traction. It's not a reversible pocket clip and it's not deep carry, but oh well. It's a $30 knife. I'm telling you right now, this is a nice $30 knife. This would be a great addition to a collection. This would be a great EDC knife. It looks good. It looks cool. Has an executive look to it, a tactical look to it, a camping look because it's got the green. I mean, you really could use this for a lot of different things. It would pass off for different purposes. It's a very slicey. S90V, I doubt it very much, but that it is what it is. You're looking at a $30 knife here, guys. I really like it. I really like it. Don't buy it for the S90V. And when you, like I said, when you're going on to Amazon, yes, I am blown away that Amazon would allow companies to go on there and sell products that are falsely marked and advertised. But Amazon's a company making money, and they just ship the stuff, and they're just a middleman kind of seller thing. You know, these companies are selling the stuff and they list on Amazon. I'm sure if enough people complained and stuff, Amazon would probably do something about it and get rid of them. But I don't know. I don't know. Now, and they might have just knocked the price of this knife down because they've got some really good looking knives on here. Some expensive knives too. I don't know. Viorwi, Viuorwi. I'll link it in the description. I doubt it's S90V, but it is what it is. Check it out. It's a good knife. It's worth $30. It has 6 global ratings. It has 2.7 out of 5 stars. So 1 star, 2 star, 5 star. Yeah, people. Some people like it. Some people don't on Amazon, and they're all verified purchases. So yeah. Oh well. Just take it for a grain of salt. Take it for what it is. I don't know if I would. Yeah, it is what it is. If you really care that much about it, just spend your $30 on a different knife. But if you buy this, just consider it marked as S90V and really being 5CR or D2 or something like that. You'd be lucky if this was D2. You'd be lucky if that was D2. If that's D2, okay, that's pretty good. Probably 5CR or something. But all in all, $30 knife, it's great. Now, I do want to show you another knife that is not like that, that was marked for what it is, and I am really, really, really happy with this knife. I saw this a couple times. I put it in my buggy or the cart, and I kept kicking it back out for other things. But I saw somebody else on YouTube had this knife, and they spoke highly of it. So I got it to check it out because I know I've been talking about budget knives lately. And that is this Troc button lock. This thing is cool. Now this is a totally different ball game right here. Now this is the Troc company. Troc has several different knives on Amazon. They're really good knives. Camping, hiking, survival prepper. Oh, that was definitely right up my alley because I was definitely a survivalist and a prepper. It's a button lock. It's a little sticky. But all in all, the action is really good on this. It's kind of fidgety. I love the blade on this. Great EDC blade, good flat grind. Textured G10 handles. Kind of feels like the Spyderco Tenacious, that textured G10. You see that right there, that textured G10. Feels like that. You got a little hole here for a lanyard. The pocket clip is not reversible, and it's not deep carry, but it is what it is. You got thick steel liners here, and you got barrel spacers. That's all stainless. You got dual thumb studs. So your opening mechanisms are your thumb studs and your button lock. So you've got two deploying possibilities. Great sheep's foot blade. Kind of reverse Tonto-ish sheep's foot. Good flat grind with a good edge. It is another one. This might even be sharper than that last knife. This thing is a razor blade. Look at that edge on this thing. It is razor blade. It has a very, very wide edge. Sharp piercing tip. Kind of actually looks like a razor blade. Stonewash blade. I mean, really nice. This thing comes in at $37.88. I like this knife a lot. I don't have anything bad to say about this knife. I'm going to tell you right now, this thing is sweet. I like the weight of it. The ergonomics are good. I wish it was a reversible pocket clip, but other than that, ergonomics are good. It feels good in the hand. I like the blade. I like the look of it, the button lock. Yeah, this thing is nice for $37.88. $37.88 on Amazon. And other people that have this knife also speak highly of this knife. So, you know, it's a good knife. $40 knife right here all day long. This is great. And you're getting a D2 blade. You're getting a D2 stone-washed blade, sheep's foot blade. Really, really nice. Now, let's talk about the length of it here, because that really matters. Overall length is 7.91 inches. It has a blade length of 3.39 inches. It has a closed length of 4.53 inches. It weighs 3.98 ounces. 3.98 ounces. I like this knife. I like the weight of this knife. I like the feel in the hand. I like the blade. I mean, there's no jimping on top. I wish there was some jimping. But yeah, you could do power cuts. You could do fine cuts. You could do whatever. This is a good EDC knife right here. Plus, I mean, look at it. That's just a good looking knife. This is a great knife right here for a collection. If you're a budget buyer and you're looking for a good budget knife, right here you go. This is it. I'm telling you right now, I like this thing a lot. Trying to see if it will tell me what the Rockwell is anywhere, and I am not seeing that. I really wish it had a reversible pocket clip, but okay, it doesn't. Oh well. Let's go down here and see if it tells me. Oh, yep. 59 to 60 on the Rockwell chart. So yeah, coming in there in that 60 area, which is pretty decent for D2. So it's going to have decent edge retention. It's going to hold an edge, you know, pretty tough. You can beat on this a little bit. It's going to hold up well. And if it doesn't, if you lose it, if you break it, if it breaks the tip. Now the spine is pretty, I mean, it's a decent spine for a knife like this. So it's thick. You could do a little bit of beating on this knife. It does taper down towards the point here. I like it. I like it a lot. Guys, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to get a good knife these days. You just don't have to spend $200-300 to get a good knife. When I was just coming into the knife hobby, and I've told this story before, where I had that $30 K-bar, and I thought it was just the best, and I was bragging and showing it off, thinking I had something, and I just didn't know what I was talking about. Other people knew, and I couldn't understand why people would smile at me and everything, and I was like, what's the joke, and why am I not in on it? I just didn't know anything about knives. I didn't know the different brands. I didn't know all the blade steels. I didn't know anything. I did not know that really I just had a really low-end budget knife. But I thought I had something great. That guy, that Chris, that I was then, if I had seen this knife, if I had held this knife in my hand, I would have been blown away. I'd have been like, oh my gosh, this is one of the coolest knives. This thing is awesome, man. How much does this cost? $40? What? This is a $40 knife? Are you serious? What? And I would have just thought that was the most, like, that's crazy to spend $40 on a knife. That's great. Man, this must be one of the best knives in the world. That's just the way that I was. And that's how the average person looks at this stuff, guys. The average person, not the knife collector. The average person will see this knife and think that this thing is awesome. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a great price. It's expensive for a budget knife and the average person, again. So, nice knife. I like it. Out of these two knives, I'm going to tell you right now, both of them would be great additions to a collection. Both of them would be perfect for EDC. They will get the job done. There ain't nothing wrong with either one of these knives. One is marked and advertised for what it is. I think one is a little shady, but it's still a good knife. Either one would be great. I'm going to link both of these in the description. Check them out. Get one. I would have no problem buying this knife and carrying this knife and using this knife. I just wouldn't really tell myself that it's S90V. I would believe that it's something else. And as long as you think it's something else, if you go into it thinking that this is 5CR or D2, you'll be tickled to death with this knife. Tickled to death. It's that daggone nice. It's that nice. It looks that good. It feels that good. The weight's good. All in all, the action, it's a nice, the blade, it's a nice knife. Now this knife, whole nother ball game. This is a really good knife. This is all around great knife. This is a worker. This is a great EDC knife. Great, great knife. This would be good for like somebody that worked in like shipping room or something where you're constantly opening packages, breaking down boxes, because it's got that razor blade edge. It's got that really nice sheep's foot blade, sharp piercing tip. I mean, this would be a really good, and you know, D2's gonna hold its edge pretty good. That would be a good knife for something like that. So both knives are good. Just know what you're buying when you're buying off of Amazon, guys. Know what you're buying. All right. I'm Chris, the Unprofessional Dad. I appreciate your guys' time. Thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I wish all of you sharp knives and happy lives. Take care.